So old, Gary Cooper's retired. Does not look anything like him. Yes. I'm like, no, I mean, like, Cooper was always like, you know, like, oh my god, the cops are here.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the commencement exercises for the Eastern Hancock High School class of 2023. On behalf of the senior class, I'd like to thank the families, friends, community, faculty, and Board of School Trustees for being here to share this special occasion. At this time, I invite you to stand as the Royal Singers, under the direction of Miss Ashley Van Dyne, will sing our national anthem. You may be seated. Thank you. A few announcements before we get started. The class of 2023 senior slideshow was designed and created by our student media class with special assistance from Brooklyn Headley, Bryant Sullivan, and Caitlin Delk. You will notice our seniors are wearing various colors of honor cords and medallions with their caps and gowns today that represent many of the honors they have achieved. Please refer to your program for an explanation of what each color, cord, and medallion designates. Each year at Eastern Hancock, we review our goals for our students and we strive to improve on our profile of an Eastern Hancock graduate. We have meetings with staff, community members, local business leaders, and students to discuss what we expect of each student who receives a diploma from Eastern Hancock. The class of 2023 embodies everything we expect and everything we hope for out of our students in the future. The 4 promises that help build our profile are joy, connection, growth, and success. That first promise is joy. And if you have spent any time around this senior class the last few weeks, you've heard numerous stories that start with remember when. These fun and memorable moments serve more meaningful purposes as they help instill a love for learning that will last a lifetime, and they strengthen that personal connection that helps bind us together as a family. Our seniors have continued to make memories this spring all the way up to graduation day. They participated in prom, passion projects, senior sunset movie night, and even a few early morning breakfasts last week in the parking lot before the last day of school. The second promise is connection. At Eastern Hancock, we are known as a small rural school, and the most common word that is used to describe us is family. We embrace the opportunity to develop relationships with all of our students and believe that those relationships are the key for high levels of student achievement. And as we were reminded this year, connection is not new to this class. It's an expectation from classes that have graduated before the class of 2023, from the first class at Eastern Hancock in 1965, all the way back through the classes at Westland, Wilkinson, and Charlottesville High School. The third promise is growth. In our conversations over the last few months, we've discussed that growth comes in many forms. Parents, I know it's weird to see your kids sitting out here right now because you may still picture them as the little one getting on the bus that first day of school. As educators, we see students who have overcome obstacles and persevered through struggles of the last few years to be prepared for their futures. Each student has found their own path. They found their own timeline, and we are happy that we were able to participate in that journey. The fourth promise in our profile is success. We know success also comes in many different forms, but academically, this group has been very, very successful. The class of 2023 finished with 1,239 college credits, which would be equivalent to about 77 college semesters that they're done with already. The class of 23 also finished with 53 industry-recognized certifications. This means that they've been trained in a specialized technical field and they've passed rigorous certification exams created by professionals in that industry. 77% of this group will either finish this year at Eastern Hancock with either a college credit or an industry-recognized certification to help start them on their paths for a successful career. Class of 23, you made it to graduation day. Congratulations. You can smile out there. This is fun. The pictures will be better if you're smiling. Here we go. The faculty address to the class of 2023 will be delivered by Mrs. Jenny McDaniel. Mrs. McDaniel is a 1992 graduate of Eastern Hancock. She has been a teacher at Eastern Hancock for the last 24 years. We thank Mrs. McDaniel for her dedication to the students at Eastern Hancock, and I'm looking forward to her words of wisdom for the class of 23.
Good afternoon, class of 2023. Welcome to the day we celebrate all of your accomplishments. Life is one big math problem of measurements, equations, and solutions. I remember how well some of you love math, especially when we talked about fractions. COVID entered our lives in 2019-2020, your freshman year. Remember the notepad and the tape measure that Mr. Barton would come into the room with? He was tasked with knowing exactly where 6 feet was. I remember Mr. Barton knocking on my door and coming into my classroom. As he opened the door, we all saw him standing there. We were all holding our breath. Was it going to be me that he was going to call my name or someone else? If your name was not called, you breathed a sigh of relief. The notepad and tape measure brings back those memories. A tape measure also reminds me of a couple of memories. I don't know if your family is like mine, but when our kids were little, it seemed like every other week we were measuring them to see how much they had grown. We had a post on a loft bed that we always marked the heights of our kids along with the date. We continued measuring them all throughout elementary, middle, and high school, or whenever they stopped growing. When my kids were young, it was fun to commemorate their growth by measuring their height. Now as you approach adulthood, growth can be measured differently. It is not how tall you are anymore. According to this anonymous quote, life is a math equation. In order to gain the most, you have to know how to convert negatives into positives. Look how far each of you have come. Think back to your 6th grade year. If someone had told you about all the different positives and negatives you would experience in the last 7 years, you would not have believed that person. You might have thought, there is no way I'm going to make it through. Middle school years can be some of the hardest years. Most often, drama happens during this time. Friend groups change. You are learning new topics and preparing for high school. Middle school years can be fun years too. After surviving middle school, then high school begins. Unfortunately for your class, the pandemic began towards the end of your freshman year. You were sent home for the last 7 weeks of school to then learn virtually 3 days a week. During the next 2 years, the pandemic still interfered with school. Thankfully, this year was normal. In spite of the obstacles you faced, you were all able to turn quite a few negatives into positives. Your class has earned over $1 million in scholarship money. Several certifications were achieved in the vocational school. Sports teams have won conference, sectional, and regional championships. FFA teams have won state competitions. The cheer team competed in nationals. The academic team competed in the state competition. Band, color guard, and choir have had great competitions too. As a whole, there have been hundreds of hours of volunteer time from your class. You have all proven that you can turn negatives into positives, and that you also have what it takes to succeed. Next, mathematics gives us hope that every problem has a solution. It is important to have hope, hope for a bright future, hope to move forward, hope to build on your dreams. As you work towards those hopes, sometimes the first solution may not be the best or turn out the way you thought. You may not realize this until after the first attempt. If that is the case, then there is nothing wrong with going back and working on a different solution. I have done this many times in my life. I always tell my students there's often more than one way to find a solution to a particular math problem. Life is like this too. Think of the possible solutions in your mind, but don't concentrate on getting to the solution so much that you forget to live each day to its fullest. Don't try to see how you measure up with others, although that's common to do. Be confident in yourself and who you are. As Jimmy V, a famous basketball coach, said, I urge all of you, to enjoy your life, the precious moments you have, to spend each day with some laughter and some thought to get your emotions going. Lastly, success is the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm, according to Winston Churchill. Sometimes success can come quickly and easily. Other times, it may require a little more work. As you set your goals and work towards that success, keep in mind there will be failures too. Those failures are what helps us grow the most. This growth is what helps us become better people and causes us to learn the most. Don't let the occasional failures kill your enthusiasm and keep you from achieving your dreams. As you go throughout life, you will face failures, challenges, and trials, but you will also encounter success, new adventures, joy, love, and friendships. Success is not measured by how much money you make, but by being truly happy with who you are and what you do with your life. Keep the enthusiasm alive so you can reach your dreams. Having sat where you are sitting today in this same gym 31 years ago, I remember feeling both excitement and nervousness. The next part of your journey will take you to some amazing places. There will be numerous paths you can take to come to your solution. Choose what makes you happy and what takes you to the places you want to go. Don't let the hiccups along the way keep you from losing your zeal for life. Don't let the negatives hold you back, because those too can be turned into positives. Life has a way of moving on, so keep moving forward in the positive direction no matter what you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. McDaniel. The salutatorian of the class of 2023 is Mia Griesmeyer. Mia is the daughter of Jasmine and James Lee and Trina and Troy Griesmeyer. She will be attending Trine University and majoring in biology.
About 3 weeks ago, I was approached by Mr. Barton. He informed me that I would be giving a speech at graduation. My first thought was, hey, I took Speech 101, I can do this no problem. My second thought, oh shoot, this is a lot harder than I expected. So, in preparing for this speech, I turned to YouTube. After watching many, many speeches, I came to one conclusion. I was absolutely looking in the wrong place. Rather, I came to the conclusion that this speech had to be unique to us, just like our last 4 years have been. I think it's safe to say that we have had quite the high school experience. When COVID made its grand debut, the class of 2023 was at the end of our freshman year. Our introduction to high school and our first year to experience it was cut short. Sophomore year wasn't much better. It consisted of going to school only half the days, with the other half being virtual. Try taking an advanced chemistry classroom from your bedroom with 3 dogs barking and 5 other people on a Zoom call at the same time. It's not fun. This in and out of school went on for part of the year, and the rest of the year was back to full-time around junior year. Except this time, there wasn't any of the fun activities like dances, regular lunch periods, and field trips. It wasn't until a few months into junior year that things started to feel a little more normal. While I'm tired of using the word normal, it's the best way to describe it. We were expected to go back into junior year full force, yet it still didn't feel quite right. Senior year finally felt back to the way it was supposed to be. This was the year that we tried to fit in everything that we missed over the last 2.5 school years. Yet we can still look back and say that the majority of our high school career was not normal. Needless to say, it is not what we expected from high school, and it isn't necessarily what we want to remember. But what it taught us is so much greater than how we wanted it to be. When thinking of a word to describe our class, perseverance came to mind. Perseverance is defined as persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. The past 4 years have presented us with many difficulties and delays, yet here we are, graduating. This moment is not one large victory. Rather, it's composed of all those small victories that we've had along the way. Getting an A on that 5-page paper you thought you could never write, making a new friend, joining a new sport or a club, figuring out that the culinary room has the best cellular connection. It has all been small victories leading up to this final moment, the moment where most of us will part ways. I leave you all with 2 pieces of advice. One is remember all the small moments. Remember all the good times with your friends and your classmates, all the times that you did something you thought you never could. Remember the homecomings, proms, football games, pep rallies, and cheer blocks. Hold those memories close. High school is an experience that we won't have again. My second piece of advice, no matter what you go through and do, keep persevering. We have already come so far to get to this point. College, trade school, or whatever you have ahead will not be easy, but it will provide many opportunities for growth. Class of 2023, this is the end of the chapter, but it's not the end of the book. Hopefully, it's only the beginning. The rest of our story is still ahead. While this may be the last time that some of us see each other, the last time that we're part of each other's books, but let's enjoy the final moments that we have as a class and celebrate what we've accomplished. Take pride in how far you've come and have faith in what you have ahead. We are about to enter the most thrilling and terrifying period of our lives. It's time to turn the page. Let's get ready to get out of here, Eastern Hancock Class of 2023. Thank you.
Thank you, Mia. The Eastern Hancock Wind Ensemble, under the direction of Mr. Adam Eaton, will be performing 2 British folk songs. Please enjoy. The valedictorian of the Eastern Hancock class of 2023 is Kinley Broadwater. Kinley is the daughter of Carrie and Matt Broadwater and plans to attend Purdue University to major in biomedical science.
Good afternoon, parents, friends, teachers, mentors, administrators, and of course, the class of 2023. I would like to take a second to thank all of you for helping us make it to this moment we have been looking forward to since the day we started kindergarten. Approximately 13 years, 2,340 days, and 56,160 hours is how long our school career has lasted. All that time, but it only felt like a minute. 1 minute until class is over, 1 minute until we can leave school, 1 minute until practice is done, 1 minute. We are always rushing and waiting until time is up. 1 year left until graduation turns into 1 semester, which turns into 1 month, and eventually 1 week. Next thing you know, it's 1 minute until we can go home. 1 more minute until we never have to step foot into a high school again. 1 more minute to learn something new. 1 more minute to laugh with friends. 1 more minute to just enjoy our time in high school. Everyone always said that high school flies by in a blink of an eye. I didn't realize how true that was until now. It seemed like just yesterday we were playing at recess with no cares in the world. Then we blinked, and now we are here graduating. Just as we are about to enter a new stage of our lives, don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid of dreaming big. Don't be afraid of testing your limits. And most importantly, don't be afraid to change. The world has an abundance of opportunities for us. Something that might not attract you at first glance might hold the last piece to the puzzle that one needs to be successful and happy. Therefore, be open to new experiences. If there's one thing I would want any of you to take from this, is that we spend too much time wanting something to end that we never appreciate it. So stop and enjoy what is happening right now. Look around. Our friends and family are here with us as we close this chapter as Royals and open a new one. Take in the moment because we only graduate high school once. Lastly, I want to leave you with a quote from Hannah Montana. But yesterday is gone, we got to keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moment, so glad I got to know you. The times that we had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kinley. Mrs. Corey Rainbolt, the athletic secretary and volleyball coach at Eastern Hancock, was chosen by the senior class to read the names of graduates in the class of 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2023, the front row, you may rise at this point.
Logan Adams. Reese Bates. Benjamin Isaac Birch. Joey Blocker. Emma Irene Bolding. Dominic Bova. Ruby Addison Britt. Kinley Ryan Broadwater. Nevaeh Love Burgess. Brenna Ray Campbell. Gracie Lynn Kastner. Olivia Coffin Gutierrez. Aiden Charles Cooley. Emily Marie Cooper. Haley Madison Corbett. Drake Allen Korn. Haley May Craney. Ty Daly Davidson. Caitlin Delk. Ezekiel Anthony Dixon. Hannah Grace Dolence. Kenzie Dawn Dyer. Ashley Elizabeth Grace Edwards. Jackson Lewis Evans. Tyler Mack Fields. Cole Stephen Fox. Madeline Grace Gaylord. Grant Stephen Gray. Mia Page Griesmeyer. Alexander William Griffith. Haley Elizabeth Grove. Emilia Jean Hall. Devin Haney. Shelby Noel Harris. Sydney Grace Hayes. Graham Hicks. Sasha Christine Hicks. Kayla Jewel Jackson. Ronald James Johnson. Brady Jordan. Lillian Meredith Kendrick. Austin Michael Kinder. Kaylee Klein. Cameron Lane Cook. Hannah Mae Lambert. Brooklyn Ann Langston. Trevor Lanning. Colton Troy Leisure. Erica Joe Marshall. Cody Allen Masters. Sarah Ann McConnell. Cora Ann McDaniel. Landon Christopher Melton. Edric Lavelle Miller. Cade Walker Morgan. Mandy Gale Myers. Brina Marie Norfleet. Avery Pastrick. Olivia Susan Ray. Steele Reeves. Brandon Michael Ridgway. Jacob Runyon. Caitlin Scott. Ella Louise Shaw. Bailey Danielle Smith. Cameron Michael Smith. Kane Anthony Sotelo. Jacob Lyle Spalding. Silas Robert Spalding. Peyton Lee Spear. Lexi Ray Spoon. Grace Marie Stapleton. Madison Gracie Stevens. Peyton Carter Stevens. Jackson Stevenson. Jaden Michael Lamar Stein. Evelyn Stout. Esther Christine Serberg. Caitlin Markale Servant. Austin Grace Sutton. Braden Tincher. Sydney James Tatera. Gage Michael Tompkins. Kaylee Marie Tompkins. Emma Grace Wampler. Abigail Louise Waterman. Bryce Vaughn Winnan. Ryan Joseph Wickard. Dakota Wills.
Dr. Philhauer and the Board of School Trustees, I certify that these students have met all state and local requirements for graduation. Will the class of 2023 please rise?
Thanks, Mr. Barton. Congratulations, class of 2023. As superintendent of the Community School Corporation of Eastern Hancock County, through the authority of the Eastern Hancock Board of School Trustees and the state of Indiana, I hereby declare you graduates of Eastern Hancock High School.